to talk about the Brockville Museum's exhibit as well as some of their talking series. Alice McMurtry, who happens to be the community program coordinator, is with me. And today is show and tell. I love this.
I love show and tell too.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm so excited. So this exhibit that is going to be down at the museum,
yes,
which is referred to as a temporary exhibit. And it's going to be starting on Family Day. What is it?
So the exhibit's called Quilting Memories. And we're showcasing a number of quilts from the museum collection dating all the way back to 1885. So we've got a few really neat pieces on display, and I actually brought one in to show you guys
Please
today.
tell our viewers what they're looking at.
So what we're looking at here is a quilted pillowcase, and this dates to about the 1887. So what we do know is it was basically the story of this piece is that it is a quilted pillowcase. So we don't just have one of these in the collection, we have 4 of them. They're all a matching set. So there was a fellow who worked in a tobacco shop on King Street, and his name was Charles Young.
Yes.
And he was due to get married, and his wife actually took cigar ribbons and cigar box linings from this shop, and she quilted them together, and this became his wedding present from her to him when they were married at Trinity Church in downtown Brockville.
That's amazing what she's done here.
Absolutely,
The thought that went into this. I mean, she just didn't sit down and start, putting this together. She thought about this.
Yeah, so there's absolutely a beautiful pattern, and all of the other pillowcases as well are very intricately designed too. So it's and they're all very colorful, which is something that you start to see later on with quilting, and we've got some really fine examples of just different beautifully colorful quilts in the exhibit as well.
You totally surprised me when you took this out and displayed it, because I actually thought something back 1800s, it's going to be either gray, black, something dull color. But I can't get over it. That this is so colorful.
It's sunny. It's beautiful.
It is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's got writing on it in different places, and
So all the different cigar brands here. So I believe Lord Russell is a type of cigar, and there's some that this one is Pharaoh cigars. So there's actually a few little sphinxes on the side here, which is kind of cool. And then there's a lot of different, cigar brands from around the world, essentially.
Yes,
so,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit more about the other quilts that you have. This is a pillowcase. So what have you got for quilts?
So we have some really interesting quilts. We have a few that have been made for different occasions. So sometimes it's a commemorative quilt. We have one that's that will be on display. That's actually commemorating the visit of Sir John A. Macdonald to Brockville.
Wow.
So the ladies who worked on it saved one of the ribbons of this event, and it's actually been quilted into this particular piece. Yeah, so very, very cool. And we also have a few different signature quilts. So what those are is the people who have worked on them have actually quilted their signature and embroidered their signature into the fabric of the quilt itself.
So looking at the quilts from the 1800s, and then looking at quilts of today, what's the major difference?
A major difference? Well, I think it's it depends on the community group that's making it.
Okay.
But a lot of the earlier quilts are using these cast off materials, right? So if we think about things like reduce, reuse, recycle, the Victorians and were all about that. And so you see a lot of things that are pieced together over time. We have another quilt that I believe is from sort of the I'm going to sound very funny, the late 20th century, so like the 1970s, 1980s.
Yes.
And it was put together by the staff of the psychiatric hospital that was in Brockville. And again, there's a lot more intentionality with that quilt. They've all quilted sort of different designs, according to their departments. So again, it's a little bit more organized in a way.
More like a patch.
Exactly.
Patched.
So
Yes.
it's all these patches that are put together meant to represent.
Telling a story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it was doing, isn't that? So the ones that the older ones, was there like, I can think of crazy quilts,
yes.
which I would think that's probably what they made a lot of, because they weren't going to waste any of the material. They were going to use it no matter what.
Exactly.
And they didn't have the time to sit down and measure all this all out and say, I'm going to make there's so many different patterns.
Yes.
And I'm sure they weren't going to do that. They didn't have the time.
Yes, exactly.
But but this is awesome. I think it's great. So this is on display as of Family Day.
As a Family Day, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after Family Day, you can go down and start looking at this.
So we're actually open on Family Day.
Okay.
And so the opening hours for the museum are 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So the Quilting Memories exhibit is included with admission by donation.
Oh,
so
nice.
It'll be up in our upper gallery.
So you should really take advantage of this and go down on that day.
For sure.
So that's the quilts. But you also want to talk about something else.
Yes, I do.
Then it happens to be?
Yep, the discovery kits.
All right.
At the museum. So these are they're self-directed activities for families with children. And basically what they do is they can go to the front desk and the front desk staff will give them something called a discovery kit. And a discovery kit is basically something that is filled with a bunch of activities that sort of encourage this exploration of the museum.
Oh, Can I just move this off to one side here and then we can have a look?
Yeah.
I'm just going to set it right down here. Very carefully. Then you can put the kit right up on the...
Yep.
There. How's that?
There we are.
And what do you have in this kit now?
Oh, wow. We've got a lot of neat things. So this kit has basically little prompts on all the luggage tags. So basically what you do is you find the artifact that's in the picture.
Okay.
And then that prompts you to do the activity. So what I'll do is I'll just open up the kit. And now this particular kit is launching on Family Day, and it's perfect for kids ages 5 to 10. So once you find your artifact, you'll find a packing cube with an activity inside of it.
Okay.
This one is about Brockville's changing waterfront and sort of looking at changes that have happened over time as we've moved from sort of this industrial hub to a place that's more, about recreation, essentially.
Okay.
So one of these activities is that they get to put together a little puzzle. So inside each of these boxes is a puzzle. And then basically you can sit in our river exhibit at the museum, put them together, and kind of compare and contrast, see what's changed, but also see sort of what's stayed the same as well. So what we're trying, what we're trying to do is just sort of stimulate this connection between, families' lived experiences, but also sort of get them to critically think about the changes that they've encountered in Brockville and kind of what the museum is showing us.
Yes.
And also what, what connections they can make as well.
So how many kits would you have in each are they all in suitcases or?
There's 2 in backpacks.
Oh, okay.
So
they could be different then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
okay.
This is a new one, but
All
the
right.
idea is that we're going to be releasing new discovery kits over the next few years. So very, very exciting.
So that would be neat to go down to the museum and see what these are all about.
Yep, and it was the Friends of the Brockville Museum who actually received a grant from the Ross W. McNeil Foundation, which is helping us put these kits together. So they're a great free resource for kids in Brockville or kids visiting Brockville.
Well, they're going to learn. They don't realize it. They're going to have fun, but they're also going to learn at the same time.
Exactly. That's the aim of it, right?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So now, so people can go down It doesn't necessarily have to be Family Day, but if they want to go down on Family Day, they can. Yeah. The kits will be there. How many kits do you have right now?
So we'll have on Family Day. We'll have 3.
You have 3.
Yeah,
okay.
Available.
So so they should go down and ask for the kit and do what's inside of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I like it. I think it's nice. Yeah. Can we talk about? The talk and tea has changed a little bit, hasn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit. Yeah. Okay. The name has changed.
Yes, it is. It is now History Talks.
History Talks.
Yeah.
And those are every month?
Every month, yes. So
on what day?
The second Thursday.
Second Thursday of every month.
Yeah.
So March. Do you remember who you have for March coming in?
It'll be me in March.
Oh, okay.
It'll be me.
And what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about in March will be the history of Brockville's newspapers from 1821 to 1917.
Interesting.
Yeah. So basically, pretty much every guy who had an opinion started his own paper.
Okay.
And so there were plenty of papers in Brockville, and they all were either, different shades of conservative or reform or, staunchly Protestant or whatever. And, it was a way for people to express their opinions, but the actual work that it took to produce a newspaper is quite astonishing. And you would need a full dedicated team to actually put everything together.
Yes.
So my hope is to also be showcasing some of the artifacts that we have related to the different newspapers as well, and hopefully have a bit of a little bit of show and tell as well.
And why not? What time does the talk start?
2 p.m.
Should people phone ahead of time?
They can, yeah.
Or just drop in?
Dropping in is also fine as well.
Cost?
$5 plus HST. So
do they get tea?
They do. Yes.
Okay, I like that. I like that idea. Thank you for bringing in these show and tell items. I love this. Absolutely love this. I think it's great. So I appreciate you coming in today.
Of course.
Okay.
Anytime.
Thank you, Alice.